these sponges, the sponges that you're just tossing in the trash. Please stay with us. These are customer pick 4.7 stars, and today you're getting 18. You will get 12 of the regular with the scrubby side, and then you're gonna get 6 of the scouring ones as well. All of that, 18 pieces, $24.95. Wow.
And the similarity ends where the word sponge ends.
That's it.
Because my sponges are, again, independent laboratory tested and proven to inhibit the growth of molds and bacterias in and on the sponges for the life of the sponge. You're getting both my sponges, my original Debbie Meyer Genius Sponge with the green scrubby on the back. The green scrubby has all the same features and benefits as the sponge itself, but this rinse is absolutely clean. So if you've ever gotten scrambled eggs stuck on the back of a scrubby, you'll never do that again because it rinses absolutely clean. I've included in this set my brand new Debbie Meyer Genius Sponge with the scour side. Remember, silver scour. This is for heavy duty jobs. It's for your grill. Make sure it's cool first, please. It's for your bakeware. It's for your stainless steel pots and pans, and I'm going to show you that as well when we get to that, but I wanted to show you these side by side, and I want to show you a piece of tape that is actually prepared by the independent laboratory that tested my sponges. If you look at that sponge, that's probably the sponge you have next to your sink right now. What is smelling next to your sink? All of that bacteria multiplying. That is bacteria that multiplies, and as it multiplies, it sends out an odor. It is disgusting. Simply change it for one of my Genius sponges, and watch, see, poof, poof, poof. That's a dramatization that was prepared just to show you that it will not support the growth of molds and bacteria in or on the sponge for the life of the sponge. What's the life of the sponge? The life of my sponges is up to 15 times longer than an ordinary sponge. Yeah. So I don't like to do math. I'll do it for you though. You're buying 18 of my sponges, 6 of my new scour, 12 of my original, and that means you do not have to buy 270 of these.
This package here, these 18 Debbie Meyer Genius Sponges, is this. And for any of us that have had that guilt, because I do feel the guilt, every time I toss one away, I'm like, there's gotta be a better way. And there's a better way.
Okay, now people will say, oh, put it in the microwave. I am not gonna put some disgusting thing like this in a microwave where I cook food. First of all, I won't even go into the science there, but that's not the healthiest thing to do either. The other thing is that I don't want to add bleach to my life. I got enough chemicals there, and I also don't want to have to clean the thing I clean with. So simply rinse out one of my sponges, let it dry. In the morning when you pick it up, maybe you do your dishes at night, in the morning when you pick it up, it's a brand new sponge.
It's a brand new.
And they last so long.
The lifetime of the sponge. So until you decide to toss the sponge, this sponge is inhibiting the growth of bacteria and mildew and mold, and that's independent lab tested as well.
Oh, look, I made a mess. Oh!
Was that terrible acting?
It was terrible on my part first. You can only continue with it.
I just followed suit.
I want to show you the absorption on my sponges. I just put down the sponge and let the sponge do the work. You can actually see it starting to suck it up all by its own. I don't have to do anything. When I spill something in the kitchen, I throw a sponge down on it. The water's creeping up. Can you see it?
Can you see it crawling?
Creeping it right into the sponge.
It's thirsty.
Eventually, it will actually make a dam between the backside's already done it. How did I spill with a circle? That was interesting. Well, let me show you. When I pick it up, look how much water is in that sponge. And all I did was this. That's what I do when I make a mess at home. I throw a sponge on top of it and let it do the work. It's virtually dry.
Oh my gosh,
where I put the sponge. So what's a really wet place in your house? A bathroom,
of
right?
course.
So next to the sink, that's really, really wet. Keep sponges there. You have them wipe off their own sinks. Leave the sponge. You know it's not going to stink. It's not going to get disgusting. Yeah. Let's have a look over here.
Let's do it.
Give you
remember,
ideas.
18 today. You're going to get 12 with the scrubby side and then 6 of the scouring, which you asked for and she put together for you.
Absolutely, because you want something heavier duty. Now remember, this is not for non-sticks. Use the green one on non-sticks and your glass top stove and those things and regular dishwashing and pots and pans. This silver is for heavy duty. It's for the rack that you roast your turkey on. It's for that black stuff on the bottom of your bakeware.
The grill
it's for
outside.
Your grill. Make sure it's cool before you do it, please. And by the way, these are my pots and pans. The reason I don't have many of these here is because I took the 2 worst ones and I did them for you half. So you can see that's what they look like. I'm embarrassed. But this is what it looks like just using my scrubby. No chemicals, no scrubbing, anything. I use regular dishwashing liquid. That's it. Same thing on this one. I don't know. I gotta to try and get that. I'm always not so good. There we go.
And Debbie, we have
look at the difference.
one more minute here. Please keep in mind this is an 18 pack. This is basically equivalent to more than 200 sponges of the ordinary ones we buy.
To be exact.
270.
That's
so each sponge is like 15 sponges.
Exactly.
So think about the money you're saving with this one purchase. And today, $6.24 gets them home.
Because people, well, listen, I don't know about you, but people who took the time to write 5-star reviews on a sponge, thank you so much, because it's amazing to me that people would take the time to do it. Thank you so much. But I understand it, because they're never going to smell ever. They stay soft. Even this scour side will not hurt your hand.
This will be a game changer for you. You will never look back at another sponge. 599929 is your item number, and this is proprietary to Debbie Meyer. Nobody else is doing this. They are patented, so I hope you jump in today on this great value. And remember, $6 and change to try them out, to get them home. 599929 is your item number. Coming up in just a little bit, we've got something that is